Thanks a lot for staying with us. If you're just joining us, you're on to This Morning on ITV. And right here in our Lagos studio, as we get to have a big countdown to the big day tomorrow, Nigeria at 64, come October 1st, 2024. Today, we are going to look at how far we have gone in terms of infrastructure, electricity, education, and a whole lot more of things happening in the country at the moment. And of course, joining me to have a conversation on this is a public analyst and a broadcast journalist as well. He is Victor EK. He joins me live via Zoom this morning. Good morning, Victor. Welcome on board.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here with us. So, October 1st, 1960 marks Nigeria's independence from British colonial rule. Now, 64 years later, today we are reflecting on progress, challenges, and of course, future prospects as well. But just before we move over, I would love to ask you, really, Nigeria at 64, how far have we gone?
Well, truthfully, I think it's a good thing that we are celebrating 164 anyways. Um, First of all, because we're a nation, and for the sense of patriotism, we must or we ought to celebrate our nation. But the truth is, there is a lot of challenges that are in front of us. So talking about how far we've gone, I think we've come far in the case of the challenges in front of us, high rate of inflation, right? Starting from the Independence Day that we have from 1960 up until now, it has been a skyrocketing of challenges, from point A to point B. Every now and then, it seems like our challenges in the country is not reducing, but it keeps increasing from one administration to the other. And that for us is a big time challenge. Even while we try to celebrate the nation, as patriotic citizens, but all of these challenges are just in our faces, and so we cannot avoid talking about them. So it's been a challenge thus far.
Now let's talk about, before we start highlighting some of the challenges we've seen over time, let's talk about the democratic journey so far since independence here in Nigeria.
If we're going to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I will give Nigeria 5, right? Because thus far, we've not been concentrated on governing the people. It's been more personal vendettas. It's been more personal benefits, from all of our leaders from independence up until now. So just to be fair, anyways, I'll give them a 5 if I'm going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Yes.
Now, what are some of the things that actually made you peg it at 5%? Because 5 is pretty low. It's not fair enough.
Very true, anyways. But I would love to think that I'm even fair giving them 5, right? Look at education, for instance. Um, in Nigeria, we have one of the highest numbers of out-of-school children in the world. That, of course, is a bad thing for us. Education, they say, is the bedrock of every society. I mean, if our bedrock, which is supposed to be the foundation, is not even looked into properly, that means that we have failed as a people, as a government, and as an institution, right? That is on one side. Look at the cost of living in the country, Nigeria. On daily basis, it seems like inflation is just on the high side. If you get down to the market today, you'll be surprised, or maybe not surprised anymore, to find out that the cost of an item that you bought yesterday for maybe 1,000 naira has now been there. It's now being sold for maybe 1,500 or 2,000 naira. Inflation, high cost of living, transportation is there, unemployment is there. A lot of persons currently are complaining. In fact, there is a report. I think there is a headline that you can find on one of on the papers, maybe Vanguard, I think so, that says that lots of Nigerians are resigning because they can't afford to pay their transportation fare to their places of work, and that is a very bad thing right now in this part of the world. So look
Yes,
at all of
indeed.
this.
Yes, indeed. That's a lot. And I would even honestly love you to react to a trending comment from the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, where he said 40% of Nigerians now enjoy 20-hour power supply every day. It's a lot. And sadly, the time will not allow us to have more conversation on this or more deliberation on this. But tomorrow is the big day. Where do we go from here? In two
Well,
seconds, please. Yes.
Well, I'm hoping that we could be more concentrated. I mean, the government could be more concentrated on the people. That is the best thing to do at this point in time. I mean, your policies should be readjusted, redefined to suit the challenges that we have in the country, Nigeria. Pick a challenge and solve that challenge to the finish. Talking to the government right now, and don't just come out and tell us you're doing this or you're doing that. The president is going to be addressing the nation perhaps today or tomorrow. We are hoping that he doesn't just tell us the things that he has achieved thus far, but we're hoping that he tells us exactly what they are doing to make sure that the challenges Nigerians are facing are being sorted out. And that's my 2 cents
Absolutely.
on where we're going.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really must thank you, Victor AK, for taking our time to join the conversation this morning. Hopefully tomorrow we have enough time to deliberate more on it, but thank you for being here today. Yes, that's our bits. Let's hope that all of the challenges and the things facing the country right now has been resolved as soon as possible as we tend to celebrate Independence Day come tomorrow. My name is Anurwa Stevens. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria.